Alrighty guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be converting some trash into glam. So we're going to be turning these guys and we're going to make it into a belt. Thank you guys for being here and I really appreciate it and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's get into it. We are going to be needing some rings my teacher was going to throw away and I decided to keep them, so we're going to be using these. You're also going to be needing some rhinestones. These are some pack of rhinestones. These are the size of them if you guys are curious to know. A tool to stick all your stones. And some good E6000. Remember to use your scissors, your fabric scissors, and your regular craft scissors. Your ruler. You're also going to need a can of spray paint. Some Velcro. Oh, and one more thing, your fabric of choice. I'm going to be using this tablecloth. Guys, you can find anything anywhere and make it into something. And then you also want to make sure you have a notepad and a pen to write down the measurements. Don't forget your measuring tape as well. Now you want to grab your measuring tape and we're going to measure our waist. Go to your waist, and if you're a drag queen, make sure you have your tights on because it does cinch your waist a bit, and you want to make sure you have that accurate waist. And then write down the number that you got. 20 inches wide plus 7 inches. So that's 32? 42? Plus 7 equals 35. 35. You don't have to use 7 inches. You can always just use 2. It has to connect to the center at one point, so it depends how much you want to overlap. I'm always moving up and down weight, so I'm just gonna add 7 inches and it's gonna go to the side seam. It's honestly your preference on how big you want this to be. And the width of this is going to be 1 inch, but we also want to fold it over, so we're gonna do 2 inches in width, and length is going to be 35. So this all depends on your measurements. I want to do 1 inch. I think 1 inch is better for the size of the rings. It's more fitting, I would say. I'm actually gonna do plus 4 inches instead of the 7. 32 is going to be the new length. So we're gonna grab some number paper, or if you have regular paper, just use regular paper, and we're gonna make the belt. And since it's number paper, I'm just gonna cut strips of 2. Now that we cut the strips apart, we're going to be combining them together. So we're gonna need some tape. Grab the tape, overlap this by 1 inch, so everything's evened out. More tape to that. We're gonna fold it in 1 inch from one end to the other. It's gonna be your measurement plus 2 inches and then plus 1 inch. Both the ends will be folded 1 inch to the inside, and then it should go around your waist, so it would be at the center. And this is going to be a 1 inch waistband, not a 2 inch. Well, half an inch from one side, then half an inch on the other side. So we're going to get a full 1 inch waist belt. Grab your fabric, and you're going to lay down your fabric. This looks good. So we're going to pin this. Now cut this out with your fabric scissors. I'm actually going to be cutting out a second piece of this strip just to give it more structure. I grab both pieces, put wrong sides together, and I'm going to sew a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Repeat the same step on the other side. Trim half of it off. Now that it's trimmed off, we're going to be sewing at least like a 1/4 inch just to close it off. Now we're going to turn it inside out, so I'm just going to be pushing this to the inside like this, the side that we closed off, and it just slides. And grab a Sharpie. So you're going to put the Sharpie through. This is how it looks, and we're just going to press it open. We have our strip. We're going to be grabbing the rings and we're going to line them up. There you go. So we're going to be removing 1 ring from the end and then 1 ring from the other end. Grab 2 and move them forward. Skip 1. Grab 2. Skip 1. Grab 2. Skip 1. Need an extra one. And these are the amount of rings we're going to be using for today. Now we're just going to spray paint the rings. So I set up a trash bag. You want to make sure you wait 15 minutes before your second coat. Okay, so now we're gonna cut strips 3.5 inches long, 3/4 of an inch wide. You're gonna go through here, attach it from the top, and for the ones in the middle, we're just gonna overlap them 1/4 inch like that, and then the other piece would be attached on top. Now we need to find the bias. We don't want anything to fray. We don't want that. If we cut it on the bias, which is this way, there's not gonna be any fraying going on. Cut a strip on the side, but now we want to cut this side, so since we can do this, snip it here just a little, and you want to pull it. Now you have a perfect straight line. So we're going to do it to the other side, snip it, and then you want to press that with your iron. Grab one corner, and I want to match this edge to this edge. And do that, and you can just finger press it so the edges match, or with scissors. This is gonna be the bias. And then we're gonna add 3.5 inches. Now we're going to cut everything out. If you're kind of scared of fraying, you can still grab a lighter. You want to do it very lightly, if not you're gonna melt it and you're gonna like crease it. So you don't want that. So just do something very smooth. But definitely do not hold up the lighter really close to the point where you're gonna fuck it up. Make sure you do this first before you do the gluing, because E6000 is flammable. Please be aware of that. Grab 2 rings, and you're gonna grab one of your straps. You're gonna wrap it through both of them. You're going to meet the ends, and then you're gonna stitch 1/4 inch. You should get something like this. Now we're going to be attaching these to the waistband. We're gonna mark every 4 inches. Since mine's 28 and I have 7 of these. Grab your zipper foot, and we're gonna be stitching close to the rings. So we should be getting something like this. And then you're gonna go to your needle position. Move your needle position all the way to the far right, so we can get as close as we can to the rings. I want this little salvage edge to be pushed under here, so it's kind of hidden in the back. Like we're basically gonna be stitching right there. Position it, it's evenly distributed, and then you kind of want to pull it a little bit. Back stitch. This is all done and sewn. Grab your E6000 glue, rhinestones or crystals, I don't know what they are to be honest. I'm gonna be using this syringe. Let's see if it works out. It's not working. And I'm just gonna be sticking stones all the way around on all of these. Let's see how it turns out. Pour some in here. Nope. Grab some stones. Something you can do, you guys just saw that this doesn't really work. This is just too sloppy. Here's something cool you can do. So I'm just gonna grab a paper, and this is the lid of my candle. I'm gonna cut this really full out and whatever. And you wanna fold it in half. Fold it one more time, and hopefully by now you kind of already have an idea of where I'm going with this. And then we're gonna cut it here. Gonna do this like a cone. Gonna cut the end of this. Now grab your glue, inject it in there. My battery's gonna die. Okay, so after you do that, use your scrap paper, close that up, stick this in here. Now you have a glue applicator. It does ooze out, so you always want to make sure you have a big enough hole. So I'm gonna add Velcro from here to here and from here to here, but I'm also gonna have an extension just in case I do want to tighten it up a bit. It's gonna be a little bit longer, and I'm just gonna sew it on the edge of this. and then from here to here, trace over this. You want to make sure it meets the end, and then wherever you want to start. So I think right here is pretty good, and then just trace over that. So just a little bit smaller, just so it's not peeking through. Touch to the back side like that. For this one, I'm going to be stitching down the middle. This is how it is from the inside, and we're just gonna Velcro it here. And now we're just gonna replace some stones because some have been falling off, and then stone from here to here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.